students, welcome to Shruti Academy. So let us start with the modes of the SCR, with the working of the SCR silicon control rectifier. Okay, so basically there are three modes of the SCR: the forward blocking mode, the forward conduction mode, and the reverse blocking mode. Okay, so the forward blocking mode is said to be the off state mode, forward conduction is the on state mode, reverse blocking mode is again the off state mode. So let us start discussing all these modes in detail. So let us start with the forward blocking mode of the SCR. Okay, so we already know that the thyristor SCR is having three terminals, three junctions. The three terminals are the anode, cathode and the gate, and three junctions are J1, J2 and J3. Okay, so in this mode the SCR behaves as an open switch. So let us see how it behaves as an open switch and what all happens when the SCR is working in the forward blocking mode. Okay, so in the forward blocking mode, the junction J1, or we can say the anode, is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and the cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. And the junction J1 is having the P and A, is comprised of the P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor. So this P-type semiconductor is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and at here the junction J3, which is comprising this P and this N-type semiconductor. So here the N-type semiconductor is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. That means the cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. And at the junction J2, it is comprising NP. So N-type semiconductor is here and P-type semiconductor is here. So from here we can see for the junction J2, N-type semiconductor is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and P-type semiconductor is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So easily we can see from the diagram that junction J1 and J3 are forward biased and junction J2 is reverse biased. So let us note down this point, it is very important. So junction J1 and J3 are forward biased. And J2 is reverse biased. And gate is kept open. Gate is kept open. Okay, so what will happen when we will connect a voltage source with the anode and cathode? What will happen? The current will start flowing from the positive terminal of the battery and it will reach towards this P-type semiconductor towards the junction J1. But J2 being in the reverse biased, it will be blocking the current to flow further. And over here junction J3, it is N-type semiconductor. From the N-type semiconductor, the current can easily pass through it and complete the circuit, but in the middle the junction J2 is reverse biased, so it is blocking the current to pass through it. So junction J2, basically it is blocking the current to pass through it, but still a very small current, very few milliamperes flow through the circuit, and that current is known as forward leakage current. So as we go on increasing the voltage, the leakage current is still flowing through the circuit, but a voltage level comes which becomes greater than the forward breakover voltage. And then what happens, that the junction J2 breaks due to the avalanche breakdown. When the junction J2 breaks, heavy inrush current starts flowing from anode to cathode, completing the circuit, and the thyristor is brought to the on state. So initially it was in the off state because only the leakage current was flowing. That too very few milliamperes were flowing. Okay, but as soon as the voltage source is increased beyond the forward breakover voltage, so the junction J2 breaks due to the avalanche breakdown, and the heavy inrush current starts flowing, and the thyristor is brought to the on state. Okay, so we can bring the thyristor to the on state by making our voltage source greater than the breakover voltage, forward breakover voltage. Okay, so let us load down these points also, they are important. So when V becomes greater than VBO, so VBO is the breakover voltage. What will happen is that junction J2 breaks. Junction J2 breaks due to avalanche breakdown. So heavy inrush current starts flowing at that time, okay, and the thyristor is brought to the on state. So the SCR is now SCR is in the on state. Okay, it's brought to the on state. So let us analyze all these working with the help of VI characteristics. What are the VI characteristics at the forward blocking mode? Okay, so let us draw the VI characteristics over here. So here we will be drawing voltage and current. This is the forward current. This will be the reverse current. Here will be the reverse voltage, and here will be the forward voltage. Okay. Okay. So initially the leakage current was flowing. So let us draw our leakage current. This is the leakage current flowing, and at the forward breakover voltage, when the voltage source becomes greater than the forward breakover voltage, the thyristor or the SCR is brought to the on state. So this is the on state of the SCR. This is the on state of the SCR. Okay, so this is the leakage current, and this region is depicting the forward. This region is depicting the forward blocking mode. Forward blocking mode when my thyristor or SCR was in the off state. So basically this is the mode when the thyristor behaves as an open switch, because only the initial current, which is the leakage current, flows, which is very few milliamperes, and when the voltage source is increased beyond the forward breakover voltage, then only the junction J2 breaks and heavy inrush current starts flowing and the thyristor HCR is brought to the on state. Okay, so this was all about the forward blocking mode. In the next video, in the next session, we will be understanding what are the forward conduction mode and the reverse blocking mode of the SCR. So thank you. So please subscribe my channel, please share my videos, and if you have any doubt you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.